Okay, so yeah, open your chat if you could. So Mario, we'll begin after each question. We will review the mistakes and I will give you the score for that question. The speaking section is worth 30 points total. So each question is worth 5 points.
Okay, got it.
Right? 6 questions total, 5 points each question.
Mhm.
Let's rock and roll, man.
Cool.
Number 1. In this question, you will be asked to talk about a familiar topic. After you hear the question, you will have 15 seconds to prepare a response and 45 seconds to record the response. What do you miss most about your home when you are away? Use specific details in your explanation.
Begin to prepare your response after the beep. Begin speaking after the beep.
The most important thing that I miss when I am away from my home, I it is um, my commodity uh, in my home because it's very comfortable. I miss my family, and also I missed the the things that I do during my
Please stop, Mario. So
sorry.
you have to watch this time. Do you see the time here on the screen?
Okay. No, okay, I didn't see during the answering.
Okay, no problem. So next time you can watch. All right, so Mario,
Oh,
uh, go
it,
ahead.
it was time out.
Yeah, yeah, your time finished. And you
Okay.
continued speaking.
Okay, got it.
Okay, so first Mario, a little bit of trouble with the time, but not a problem because you didn't see the clock. Um, one problem with vocabulary.
Vocabulary.
Comodidad is not commodity.
Sounds,
Comfort is comodidad.
yeah,
Okay?
cool.
And you said I missed. You pronounced missed in the past, and you should use this in the present. I miss. Now, remember, Mario, that you don't have to tell the truth. You don't have to
Uh,
speak from reality. You can invent things. You don't, this isn't
yeah,
a test of truth, Mario. So
okay.
So say what is this is an English test. These people who will listen to your answer, they don't know anything about your life. So you can say something like, when I'm not home, I really miss my mom's cooking. She makes the best bolones, which is a delicious dish made from plantains. Remember, you want to highlight and showcase your grammar skills. So you could use a conditional when you respond. You could say, what I'm if I am away from home, what I miss most is, and you used zero conditional. You answered the question with zero conditional, and you showcased my grammar skill.
Nice, nice. I like it. Cool.
So don't just answer. I mean, this time just answer the question, but also try to think like, how can I utilize the grammar that we've practiced? Try conditionals. It's a great tool. So look at the question, right? Look at what it says. What do you miss most about your home when You are away. Simple present, zero conditional. Right? So,
Meaningful.
right. So pay attention to the question and ask yourself, which conditional can I use to respond to this question? Yeah? All right, Mario, here we go.
Good.
Number two. Oh, okay. So for number one, Mario, a pretty good answer for your first one, a 4/5.
Okay.
Okay, so not bad, but let me tell you that the questions get more difficult with each question. So
Mhm.
this was the easy one. All right, so here we go.
Right.
Number 2. In this question, you will be asked to talk about a familiar topic. After you hear the question, you will have 15 seconds to prepare a response and 45 seconds to record the response. Many universities now offer academic courses over the Internet. However, some people still prefer learning in traditional classrooms. Which do you think is better? Explain why.
Begin to prepare your response after the beep. Begin speaking after the beep.
Okay, in my opinion, I prefer learning in traditional classroom because I like the idea to use or share my knowledge with my colleagues and get the information from my colleagues. And also, I think it is better to get feedback from um, from the teacher, and also you can um, develop other skills.
Okay, so good time management. However, I think that you could reduce it a little bit, and you if with improving your grammar, you could improve your time and not feel pressure. Okay,
Okay.
so Mario, look in the chat, please.
How?
Said,
Okay. Mhm.
I like the idea to share. You need to say, I like the idea of sharing. So with I like the idea, you need to use of plus a gerund. I like the idea of visiting Panama City.
But is it bad this type of, or is
It's
or just
incorrect.
improve? Ah, okay.
No, what you said was incorrect. With an
Okay.
infinitive is incorrect.
Of after idea of,
Yeah.
right?
Of plus gerund, correct.
Cool.
All right. Also, you said the information. I could get the information from my other students. So just information. Okay. And Mario, you have this problem. You forget the it subject a lot. You said, I think is better. You need to say, I think it is better.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So, Mario, if I ask you to respond to
Mhm.
this question using a conditional with three supporting ideas, could you do that? And
And
minimalizing. I mean, I want it short and concise.
okay, let me think. Yeah. Mhm.
Okay, let's hear it.
Okay. I think um, both options are good. Academic offer or traditional classroom. However, if I uh, if I had to choose one over another,
The other.
the other, I would choose a traditional classroom because
Bingo.
I because my in my perspective, traditional classroom has major advantages like um, feedback from the teacher, sharing information with colleagues.
If feedback is a noun, so you need noun, 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 parallel structure.
Okay.
Like feedback from my peers, classroom
Feedback from
engagement,
classroom engagement. Yeah,
classroom engagement, and you could say real-time correction,
real time correct. Right.
right?
But-
So Mario, boom, boom, boom. That's how you do it. Look in the chat. You did exactly what I was writing. You second conditional and say, if I had to choose, I would say that I prefer learning in traditional classrooms because this, and this. Done. And you stop talking,
Nice.
smoke a cigarette, and wait for the time. You're relaxed. You're chill. And
Good.
you're using good grammar, Mario. Now,
Mhm.
if you want to increase the grammar a little bit, you can use the subordinate conjunction although. So you can say, although online learning has some really great advantages, if I had to choose, I personally would say that I prefer traditional classrooms because they offer great benefits like this, and this. And you're finished, Mario. And you
Nice. I like it.
showcase your grammar.
Mm.
Okay. And Mario, this is also how you need to speak when you're in meetings with your colleagues.
Right.
If they say, Mario, how can we fix this bug? You need to think thesis statement, answer, supporting ideas. I think we need to do this, and this, because this, and this. What do you think?
Mm.
So, thesis statements is how you become a better communicator, right? So, Mario, let's go to the next one, dude. Now, let me give you a score with this one. This one's not going to be as good, Mario. I have to be honest with you. This one was a
Okay.
little bit, it wasn't as good as the first one. I'm sorry, a 3 out of 5.
Okay.
That's a 3 out of 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
All right, here we go.
Number 3. In this question, you will read a short passage, listen to a talk, and answer a question about them. After you hear the question, you will have 30 seconds to prepare a response and 60 seconds to record the response. The computer department is considering making a scheduling change. You will have 45 seconds to read an article in the campus newspaper about the change. Begin reading now. Now listen to two students discussing the article.
I just don't think this will work.
Why not?
Because it's not going to solve the problem. Students are busy at night. I mean, we have jobs, families, clubs, social events. Most of us already have something to do every single night of the week.
I see your point. I sure couldn't fit anything into my schedule during the week. I've got swimming practice most nights.
Right. And as far as expense goes, I think they're going about it the wrong way. I mean, it costs money to hire more teachers and keep the academic building open later, which is a lot more expensive than just simply buying more computers.
More computers?
That's right. Computer prices have come way down the past few years, so the department won't have to spend as much now as they did in the past. Besides, the computer department classrooms, the rooms themselves, they're actually very big. There's plenty of space to add more computers.
The man expresses his opinion about the proposal described in the article. Briefly summarize the proposal. Then state his opinion about the proposal and explain the reasons he gives for holding that opinion.
Begin to prepare your response after the beep. Begin speaking after the beep.
The article is related to a problem that students and computer department has related to the quality of teaching the learning process of computing, because they don't the school does not have enough space to teach to all students. And there is an opinion related to this. And he described that is not a good option because they don't have enough time at night. Right. It was
Okay. So Mario, think about our classes that we've had for more than a year. We've had classes for more than 2 years. Now, I want you to think about what we have done in all of our classes. I have always asked you to watch or read something and summarize and give your opinion. So the reason is because with all of my students, I want my students to get a certificate of English.
Mhm.
Okay, so with
I
this,
understand.
yeah. So think about this, Mario. This question, number 3, asks you to read and listen and identify the problem and the thesis statement of a person. So you have 60 seconds to summarize both the problem and the thesis statement. You
Okay.
should summarize the problem in the first 30 seconds and summarize the opinion in the second 30 seconds, depending
Yeah.
on the complexity of the opinion. If the opinion is very complex, then you should summarize the problem in 15 seconds. Don't give so much detail. Just say the proposal described in the article is about offering computer classes at night to solve the computer department's problem of overcrowding during the day. Finished. That's
Yeah.
15 seconds. Then you can say the man who stated his opinion said that he didn't think this was a good solution, that he disagreed because this, and this. And that's your minute. So distribute a little bit more time for the opinion, a little bit less time for the summary.
Perfect.
All right. That was good with the time, Mario. You did great. My I wrote here your only error, you corrected yourself twice. You corrected your own grammar. So when you do that, they do not take points from you if you correct yourself. So that's good.
Okay.
So you said teach to. Don't use preposition to with teach. Teach my friend. Teach my brother. Teach myself. And Mario, your biggest problem was you started explaining the man's opinion with only 10 seconds left. You used
Exactly. Yeah.
50 seconds to describe the problem. That's an eternity, Mario. Babies are born in 50 seconds. So
Okay,
try to
got
think
it.
about your time management.
Got it. Yeah.
This was a good one, Mario. It was good. It wasn't perfect. It was good.
All
So
right.
4 out of 5.
All right.
All right, Mario, let's go with the next one.
Number 4. In this question, you will read a short passage, listen to a talk, and answer a question about them. After you hear the question, you will have 30 seconds to prepare a response and 60 seconds to record the response. Now read a passage from a psychology textbook. You have 45 seconds to read the passage. Begin reading now. Now listen to part of a lecture on this topic in a psychology course.
Last month, my favorite uncle paid me a surprise visit. I hadn't seen him in many years. The doorbell rang, I opened the door, and there was Uncle Pete. Now, I'm sure when I saw him, I said something like, "Uncle Pete, what a surprise! How nice to see you." Anyway, my wife was standing next to me, and according to her, I wasn't really aware of this, my eyes got really wide and I broke into a huge big smile. She said I was actually jumping up and down like a little boy. Well, anyway, later that evening, Uncle Pete told me how very, very good he felt when he saw how happy I was to see him. But compare that with this. My daughter, she's 6. We were building a birdhouse together last week, and I was showing her how to use a hammer and nail. And of course, stupid me, I wasn't being very careful, and I smashed my thumb with the hammer. Boy, did it hurt. I almost felt like screaming, but I didn't want to upset my daughter, so I said, "Don't worry, honey, it's nothing." Meanwhile, I was shaking my hand as if that would stop my thumb from hurting, and my face was contorted in pain. My voice was trembling, too. So even though I told my daughter I was okay, I'm sure she didn't believe me, because she kept asking me if I was okay.
Explain how the examples from the professor's lecture illustrate the relationship between verbal and nonverbal communication.
Begin to prepare your response after the beep. Begin speaking after the beep.
In the lecture, the professor put an example like how a verbal communication and non-verbal communication can be really can really express their his ideas, and even the daughter was trying to believe the behavior of him. He couldn't behind his expressions, and also the daughter couldn't believe uh, his ideas.
Okay. So Mario, some trouble with this.
Yeah.
It's difficult for you, this one. And this is a difficult question. And you
I know,
see,
figured.
they get
Hmm.
more difficult every time. So,
Right.
yes. So, Mario, with something like this one, the best way to answer this question, look at what it says. Explain how. How do you answer a how question, Mario?
Um, with examples.
Oh, there's specific grammar. By plus gerund,
By the okay.
right? So knowing which grammar structures to use with certain question words gives you an advantage because immediately you know how to structure the idea and you can deploy the idea instead of trying to find the right word to express the idea. Because
Yeah,
I think you understood, but
yeah.
I didn't understand your explanation very well,
No.
right?
Right.
So with this one, Mario, a 2 out of 5.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Yeah. So so Mario, listen, buddy, this is what the speaking is like. So I think we should
Hmm.
start practicing speaking, start practicing listening, right? And you see vocabulary is the key, right?
Right.
Understanding what they're saying, what you're reading, it can give you an advantage.
Perfect. I like it. I like it a lot.
You
Thanks,
feel good?
Steve.
Excellent, man.
Yeah,
Excellent. Let's get the certificate, Mario. I want you to have that and I want you to put it on your CV. I want this to be
absolutely.
thing that looks good on your CV.
It's a dream. Yeah,
Yeah,
thanks.
buddy. All right, man. See you, Mario.
Thanks, Steve. See you.